So, surprising to no one, Turkey Tom has been hit with some more allegations, this time involving a transgender YouTuber by the name of Sophia Jacqueline. People also started looking more into Ellie, aka CreepyHoarder, who is the age play chick that Tom was messing around with, and they ended up finding a lot more than what I originally saw when I scrolled through her Instagram. Certain things that kind of make it a little hard to defend Tom, at least in the age play aspects. So, a few days ago on the farms, Ellie's friend ended up messaging Katie these photos. Now, this pretty much just kind of confirms more that we already knew that him and Tom ended up meeting. Here she is with like her airport bag. Here they are in the hotel room hugging. Right, so there's clearly more than just like a friendly little meetup. There's clearly some type of romantic interest. You know, Tom wouldn't be holding this chick if these were just like two gay friends, right? Like, hey girl, good to see you. You know, clearly there's a little more going on. But she also does confirm that Ellie was 20 at the time that they met up. It was early 2024. She doesn't remember the exact dates, but she knew it was February to May between those months. She said she's trying to recover any DMs she can because she was hacked. It might take a while to find them, which doesn't really change much to me. But what does change a lot is some of the things that people have been finding and sharing online that I myself also missed. Now, again, for context, this is CreepyHoarder, kind of like a knockoff Belle Delphine in a way, right? I'm sure you guys remember me sweeping for her when I got to this image on her Twitter where I was like, wow, look at her butt. I didn't scroll far enough because on this Twitter, there's some pretty questionable content. Again, nothing illegal, but there's definitely some things that are hard to defend. Specifically around 2022, where most of these pictures come from. Yeah, I'm sorry. Here we have Ellie's cozy little setup. Yeah, you got the baby shoes over here. You've got the baby Crocs. Again, I kind of argued my point about the whole Hello Kitty toys, the Monster High things, right? Like we all collect things. This is passing collection, right? This is like if my whole bedroom had like little Spider-Man blanket. You know, if I'm wearing Spider-Man t-shirt with like little light up Skechers, like there's a point where we're starting to cross that line, right? Same thing with this. Here's her setup again of all her Hello Kitty toys. And then we have this post, Stompers. Yep, I already kind of called this one out, the whole Velcro shoes. I don't think that they make these for adults, right? Obviously, if your foot is small enough, you can fit it into some kids' shoes. Again, really not helping the case out here, at least to defend Tom. And I did do a little bit of digging. This is Amazon's website for these Puma Smash 2 hook and loop unisex child sneakers. So yeah, again, this girl is buying children's clothing. It's not just buying adult clothing that looks a little, you know, childish or looks like Hello Kitty. This chick is clearly into the age play stuff. Now, people ended up finding this picture on her second Instagram account called Sharusa0999. And right here, you can see there's a binky or a pacifier. So it's right here on the shelf. It kind of looks like a pacifier. I mean, now that people said it, it could be something else as well. I wouldn't say 100%. Usually, like if the pacifier would have that little rubber part on the end, would kind of clarify it, but this could honestly be like a lid or could be a pacifier. Again, I'm not sweeping. And I guess the part where I guess you could say I'm sweeping for Tom would be, is Tom just desperate enough to screw this chick or screw anything that's walking around and kind of looks like an attractive chick? Or does he specifically like this girl because of that? A lot of people are going to make the connection, you know, because he likes the Hello Kitty stuff and he likes these BPD Hello Kitty girls and whatnot, that he's into like and whatnot, which I don't think I want to reach that point quite yet. Now back to the topic of if Tom is actually creepy and has these certain interests, or if he's just down bad, if he's just willing to, you know, smash anything that's walking, because we have a character by the name of Jacqueline Sophia London. Person I stumbled upon on YouTube. If anyone ever watched when I used to do live streams during the whole Mr. Beast era, this person was popping up a lot in my chat, and I feel like that's necessary because I'm not sure how that like affects their credibility or whatnot, but from what I know of them, they've always popped up when it's time to spread some drama, right? And this could be one of those things where just trying to spread some drama. Now, Jacqueline ended up posting this message into a few different large YouTubers' discords. I saw it in Himpleton's, who's a smaller channel, but she ended up editing that one, and this is the original unedited. Tom is innocent. He was always a gentleman with me. Age play isn't for everyone, but we were consenting adults, and I don't believe he filmed the other girls without their knowledge. What two adults do for fun is up to them. I'm sure you all do or watch weird things too. ABDL is no different. Tom was such an instrumental part of getting my transition taken care of. I wish he didn't cut me off. Now, you might have noticed the term ABDL in that sentence, and that means adult baby diaper lover. More reasons I think that this is a troll is because there's a AI generated image of Tom floating around of him wearing a diaper. And this is kind of playing into that. I'm almost 100% sure. I don't know if this is true again. Consider what we're going to look at and making the connections that we are going to with this Jacqueline character. Take this with a grain of salt. But good for you, Tom. You know, really giving back to the trans community out here, funding their transitions. She also ended up sharing this photo, which, yeah, kind of hard to deny. That looks a lot like Tom. Of course, this could be AI generated. AI is extremely good these days. This is not me sweeping. I don't care if Tom likes trans people, right? This is like one of the least interesting allegations of this whole thing. It's just kind of funny. But yeah, AI is crazy. I could take a picture of me like this, tell AI to change my shirt, and like no AI detector or anything would know that. People probably wouldn't even know it's AI unless I like zoomed in and were able to find the original photo, right? And this is one of those situations that we don't have the original photo, so nobody really knows. But some people, you know, try looking into it. Now, this guy named Gamma, as another YouTuber commentary guy, says, I cracked the case. This new trans woman claiming they dated Tom is using an AI generated image. And as you can see, I'm going to guess that the original photo right here is kind of lining up. Like, you know, if you tell Grok, hey, take this photo and make it look like I'm in this image, Grok will like move you around, but it'll like keep your face there for the most part, which is kind of what this photo's showing, how the original photo, which is this one, lines up with that original picture to an extent, saying this image was posted on Tom's Instagram. You can see the features from the eyes, mouth, and mustache line up when superimposing. The AI image is obviously generated from the black hoodie down or asked to be generated over another image. So yeah, I'm guessing this is the image, pretty crazy image, was basically edited and superimposed onto that photo that Jacqueline took with another person. Now, another reason I think that this might just be a troll, it might just be for content, is the fact that I asked Jacqueline for like evidence or any type of proof that this was a real image. She never replied, but she did end up sending me a video that she made covering the Turkey Tom drama, also not including any extra evidence or photos of herself in this situation. Now, I think this might just be some garbage, right? It might just be some big kaplooey, some nonsense to just throw into the pile of mess, because again, I don't care if Tom likes trans people, good for him if he does. There's real allegations, there's real things happening, there's more things coming out that seem to like dig Tom's hole even deeper, to the point where yes, he has to make a statement. This is one of those situations where there's probably a few people out there who are still like willing to give Tom a bit of the doubt or even say like he did nothing wrong. I'm on the side of, I want to know if this guy committed a crime, but if he didn't, he's still a gooner freak, right? Being a gooner freak, you know, isn't the end of the world. There are plenty of creators out there who still have a platform to an extent, you know, like Pro Jared is one of the first ones that came to mind. I mean, literally, Belle Delphine is a gooner freak version of this Ellie girl, right? You know, exact same things where they do like the dress like really young. I don't think I've ever seen Belle Delphine put on like Pumas with the little Velcros or anything like that, kid shoes, but she's done some pretty wacky things like dress up like young characters. But Tom, it's time to come out. Time to address the Jacqueline Sophia London allegations. I showed my DMs, right? This is the extent of my DM with Jacqueline Sophia London, so I don't want to hear anyone try to say I'm a goon into Jacqueline, right? Again, not my cup of tea, but thank you guys for watching. Peace out.